You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. An unusually warm and muggy mid-September afternoon along the banks of the Ohio. Week 3 of the college football season, and Cincinnati is back inside their beloved Nippert Stadium for one final tune-up before the rigors of Big 12 play. Northwestern State has made the journey all the way from Louisiana. The Demons and the Bearcats on a blackout Saturday in Clifton. Without Dingle in that linebacking fray, he will step up and look for the opportunity to make an impact this afternoon. The Big 12, a combined 66-0 against FCS opponents since 2019. The only conference with a perfect mark during that tenure, and tough start here for Northwestern State as the kick
placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
Good starting position after the penalty from the 35, and they will get this game going with a big bang from their tailback, Evan Pryor, untouched into that second wave. And
it's a good start for Cincinnati.
Pryor averaging right around 5.5 yards per carry. This is Sorsby ducking and dodging his way to a little bit of space along the far side. 13 more yards, and that is the elusiveness of Brendan Sorsby. Two-time Conference Coach of the Year, both the Sun Belt and the ACC. Sorsby to throw for the first time. Wide open out of the backfield. Touchdown, Joe Royer.
Formation to one side, and it's called Y hide. It's what we had when we were playing this, and really the point is that you're just trying to sneak your tight end out the back and test the
opening drive. Sorsby, the 21-yard touchdown pass to Royer, and now the Demons with their first touch as a flag flies. Jay Davis lost the football, came right back into his lap. Burrell and Hicks, the two backs. Flag thrown, pass is caught. It's going to be shy of a first down. There's Pryor on the first series. He's a decoy here. Sorsby wants to take a shot, running free, inside the 10 to the 5, touchdown! 55 yards to Caleb Goody.
Caleb Goody running free across the safety's face. Brendan Sorsby at that point is just trying to give him any bit of a catchable ball. They want guys that want to be there. It's exactly how you build a roster if you had to be in that situation.
And they're getting kids from the same high school as Johnston is cut down high. Flying in for Cincinnati was Brian Sims. See if Cincinnati comes after this punt. They do not. They want to set up the return. Covey signaling for a fair catch. Dropped it, but it comes right back into his lap. A fortuitous bounce. Power football over the right side. Up into the air. Hurdling is Walker. Now bouncing to the outside. Flag is down. Looked like a hold on the edge. Walker into the end zone, but this one is coming back.
If a running back lowers his head and you're going to reach, sometimes it's, I don't know, catch a finger in the face mask and you get called for 15 yards.
Yeah, he was the only player that followed his coach from Belhaven to the Demon campus. Slant over the middle, and it's a bullet caught and a first down inside the red zone. Typically, they can rack up some serious volume as far as tackles go. Out of the backfield, they swing at Walker, patient, waiting for the wall of blockers, and he is in. Plowing his way in for 6.
You're going to watch the right side of the offensive line. Those big fellas have to go sideways and then up the field and block guys that they're almost double the size of in some case. That's really the difference. When you're looking at why is the FCS and the FBS, or the power, Coach Stewart, their offensive coordinator, was communicating better and making changes between drives. Let's see how the offensive line handles those changes.
Pull alignment on first down, but it does not work. Swallowed up in the backfield, Rob Jackson.
You're going to watch, there's really nothing causing him to move, but he decides to just bail out anyway and invites a sack. That's one that was not on the offensive line. That's
Sorsby a play fake, has all sorts of time. He will launch, post route, caught for the touchdown. Goody brings it in. They're going to say just shy of the goal line. First and goal, second time they've hit Goody on the home run ball.
They're even a little bit early, but they need a contested catch guy. And Caleb Goody and both Jeff Caldwell they're capable of doing that. You're good.
Late last week, a goal line stop late in the game against Minnesota, but they won't have it here. Royer has his second touchdown, and Sorsby having himself a day. 4 touchdown passes in this first quarter. Talked about at the top of the show, he is out, lower body injury. Pressure up the middle, he's hit as he throws, good poise. Now the ball stripped, scrum for the loose ball. Cincinnati thinks they have it, and they do.
He didn't secure the ball as tight as he needed to, and you get somebody coming from depth, and you get 2 guys that are peanut
Really
punching
on the
the
field.
ball.
There's a catch and a fumble. Recovered by Cincinnati. First down.
Yeah, that's just peanut punch there.
And it's a guy who knows a thing or two about peanut punch, and Antoine Peak. He was one of the best in the country last year. From the 30, they'll stretch it to the right side. Walker into the secondary, stiff arms the defender. Power running from Walker as he takes it down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 22.
That's how you finish a run.
Tayo in his first season, the transfer out of the MAC, jet sweep. This will be a pass as he shoveled it ahead to Isaiah Johnson, who slips and spins for 6. Looked like he was stood up, but he wiggled away, and another touchdown for Sorsby and company. Out of the pistol, the option. Johnston will keep it, and he will wisely go down, and Northwestern State moves the chains for the first time.
Yeah,
Season-ending injury last year, ruptured his Achilles right before the start of the season. They bring a blitz off the edge. Johnston avoids both of them, and then able to keep his eyes downfield, and that's Luke Carter, the tight end. And that Cincinnati going a little bit deeper on that defensive line. Third down, Johnston kept it, and it's a big loss, a tackle for loss back at the 41 from Marquez Parker.
come back onto the field. Gavin Gerhardt, we were highlighting, and he is a star at the offensive line.
First down throw and catch, Cyrus Allen. SEC receiver now in the Big 12. Second down from the 49, Sorsby locked in. Noah Jennings, his first catch of the afternoon. The transfer from Charleston Southern. This will move the chains and a first down, and Coyotes and an All-American as well.
And he's a winner. I mean, South Dakota was a quarterfinalist last year, so you got to learn how to win. It's a skill, just like any other.
Sorsby makes Washington miss. He's inside the 5 for the touchdown. 22 yards, Brendan Sorsby.
In the pocket. Well, you still want to do that. Just don't do it too much. He didn't see anybody downfield that was open. He decided to tuck it and run, and you don't get a clean shot on the guy. That's the thing that's impressive when you watch. And that defensive tackle, I mean, he is as good as it gets, and they'll need him healthy to make a Big 12 run.
Work to do for Burrell, and he is torpedoed down. Logan Wilson back healthy after missing last week, the 7th-year senior.
It is very important to not throw your season off with one sprained ankle.
On the slant, Caldwell with the catch, stays on his feet, then he is popped as he spun back to the center of the field. Wipes out the penalty, and now a gaping hole over the right side for Walker, who finishes the run. Initiating the contact with the safety, Colby Cage.
And then Walker did a really good job of seeing that and making a cutback to open space.
First down from the 15, Walker untouched, makes a move to the 5, trying to power his way, kept the legs churning, touchdown, Tawee Walker, not to be denied.
So Caldwell locks on his guy. Are you going to be pushing left or right? You know what? You come off, I'm going to put my hand right in your neck and go right into the end zone. That is a physical play. The Cincinnati staff wanted to see who separates themselves in this running back room, and it looks like lends itself really well to the position that he's playing right now.
Third down, Anderson moving the pocket and trying to jump the lane. Really no angle to sneak the ball through. He was looking for Eugene.
Razor sharp with his reads.
Max Fletcher taking a look at where he wants to punt this one. Decides to go with a little muscle, and it is handled beautifully. Right over the top into the breadbasket. McDoom with his, like Cincinnati might be coming after this one. They do not. They're going to set up the return for Covey. Covey will reel it in at the 42. Another flag is thrown as Covey runs it straight up ahead. Turn of 7 yards up at the 36 following the punt of 34 yards.
Better timing even if the play only gained 3 yards.
Cincinnati with all 3 of their timeouts. Clean pocket, all sorts of room to run. Lichtenberg spots it. He'll take off, bounce off a couple of shoulder tackles. Finally brought down at the 29. The heart always said to commit to a school, not a coach, and that's why he has persevered at Cincinnati. Now he'll launch toward the end zone. Perfectly thrown ball. Touchdown, Cyrus Allen.
And this is waiting for the receiver to get open, delivering it exactly to where the pylon was. When you're running a corner route, you want to throw it and flatten your receiver out so he can come back to the ball. Drive, but if you're Northwestern State, who are you? Are you going to fight or are you going to roll over?
Running to the field side with a lot of success. Covey spins his way to plus territory.
Really nice job by Preston Hickey there.
He has played a lot of football starting his playing days at LSU. Look at the vision here by Covey. Knifing his way through would-be defenders. And
he's going to have a bunch of tackles and a big part of this defense having success in the league.
Lichtenberg off his back foot. This is Patrick Gerd, the transfer from Ohio State, shedding 1, carrying a 2nd, and he is thrown out of bounds.
You're going to watch a Northwestern State defender fly in front of him. There's a good change of direction there by Gerd, but also when you outsize a guy, it's hard to bring him down.
Stokes on the defensive side of the football. They were all teammates at Ohio State. Chance Williams is checked into the game, and his first touch into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Giant opening. I'm just going to follow the pocket, and then when you're looking on the goal line, you're not looking for openings. You're looking for tiny.
22 to go in this third quarter. Burrell getting the majority of the carries on this drive. I thought, Jeff, you brought up a good question to Coach Satterfield earlier in the week on our conference call. 3 new linebackers into the game for Cincinnati. 4th down and short. They pull a couple of linemen trying to get to the outside. Hicks able to high step his way, and he will pick up the first down this time. Week 3 of the college football season as we welcome you back to Nippert Stadium here along the banks of the Ohio as we start the 4th quarter alongside former Iowa State running back Jeff Woody, Sean Kenny, a day that has saw Cincinnati put up over 500 yards of offense. They jumped out to a 35-0 lead after the first quarter. 4th down and short, and Burrell is going to be close, but I don't think he got there. Like they have really since 2000 and beyond, they have put up eye-popping numbers offensively against FCS opponents, and they have done that today with Northwestern State. And now trying to get his name into the act is Samaj Jones, and a lot of Bearcat fans tuned in, wanting to see what their talented youngster can do as he gets an opportunity.
He adds a similar element to Sorsby. He's a little shorter, a little faster. It's what you can see on the field here.
Using his running ability, he will take it into plus territory to the 48. Jones from the Northeast, redshirt freshman out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's Prep, where he was the nation's fifth best dual threat quarterback, according to ESPN. So Samaj Jones, 1st and long. He's going to throw for the first time. Safe throw, near side. Elijah Jones, the catch. Back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Turn a bad play into an okay play.
3rd down. Gets rid of it quickly. Slings it out to the flat. This is Johnson with the catch. Johnson into space. Turns on the Jets. Isaiah Johnson to the end zone for the 2nd time today.
This ball had to be put exactly in the right spot to allow him to run. It's on his front hip. Your offensive players, whether it's tight ends, wide receivers, are sticky and blocking down the field.
Late shift by the Demons. Anderson looking downfield, nothing. Now trying to buy time. Throws on the run. Contact. And it falls incomplete. No flag down. Not too many around the Big 12 predicted the start for Kansas State, 1-3. Now last night's game not counting.
I'm watching that game live to see who's on this field.
Second down, Jeremiah James threw a little bit of a hole, and plethora of flags come in after the play. So one more penalty before the end of this one as we have a minute to go. Somebody getting that hand up. Hop on that plane and head back home and get ready for FCS competition. Up the middle one more time. It's James, and that should be the finishing touch on this one. And Cincinnati, a heavy favorite today, clobbers Northwestern State. Scott Satterfield, another win against an FCS opponent. The Bearcats take care of business. They head into the bye week 2-1 as they get ready for the Big 12 opener in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and they're going to have their hands full. You got Jalen Daniels and Rocco Beck right out of the gate, but they looked really sharp today. Kind of all three phases. Special teams, offense, defense. They can run the ball. They stop the run really well. I mean, the coach has got to be happy with their performance today.
Brendan Sorsby, 15 of 15. Really in a half of football. He goes for 253. 6 touchdowns, 5 through the air, 1 on the ground for Sorsby, as Cincinnati today puts up 605 yards of total offense.